Undisputed best. Now you could. EX5 fucking tier list, bro. Ain't gonna get no better than this. So we got Spider-Man, we got Cardfight King, we're ready to go. So we got I say we just go down the fucking line, honestly. Like we don't need to do like tier 3 and all that shit. Yeah. So I got not Merva Loop. I got fucking Lilith Loop up here. Like the mill deck. What y'all think?
Is this post ban or this is like nationals?
This is nationals. Thank you. This is nationals. Thank you. And let me do the disclaimer really quick. This is centered around what has the best shot at either topping or winning next. Like that's where we're basing a lot of our information from. So a lot of decks here will be with Garurumon at full power, Anubismon at full power. What else is at full power? That's basically everything that's relevant.
Right? Purple's at full.
Purple's at full power, basically. Purple and blue is at full power, basically. So, Millifaloop, what are y'all thinking?
Well, if we start off with Lilithmon. So Lilithmon has, to me, she's been a deck. She's always been a card where people center around her. She's not a card that necessarily closes out games. She's a resource facilitator. She abuses the memory gauge. She lets you, play an option card, for whatever it is. But she is a really strong kind of like resource card that is a bridge to getting you to your end game. When you look at EX5, Lilithmon does have a reappearance in the form of like being played in early Leviamon lists. It's not necessarily a Lilith loop deck, but it's more like a Lilith value deck. You get value off of playing like X Anybody Protoform. You get value off of playing the new Leviamon option card and things like that. But she just lets you play stuff for less, get memory back, and it's a pretty decent like value resource engine. But yeah, the Leviamon deck, obviously it has the Gabu Guru line to accelerate your drop zone, which lets you play chaos mode. You can get your Leviamon's chaos modes into the trash extremely quickly. Putting Biting Crush, putting the Ultimate Sacrifice, Calling from Darkness into your trash early, then going up into your Lilithmon. I mean, it's actually a really potent deck. But I know I would probably put that around the tier. I would probably put that in 1.5 because I think the Garurumon, and it's probably going to be where most purple decks fall. I think is tier 1.5, just because of that.
I think on the spectrum of purple decks, it's probably on the lower end. So
it is. Yeah, it is. It's on the lower end. It's on the lower end of purple decks for sure. You could probably put it in tier 2, like a tier 2 playable, because there are hands where you can really clunk it up with your 8-drop option cards, and if you don't draw into your engine. So yeah, I'll put it in tier 2 playable, but it's still a really good deck if you see your low end.
Beelstar easily highly competitive right now.
I would put her in highly competitive.
100%. The speed that she gets from that Garurumon stuff is just insane.
The Garurumon stuff is so good. I mean, think about it this way, right? What it kind of gives you, it literally speeds up what Beelstar's mechanic was, and what I enjoyed with when I topped the regional with it. It was just during that format, the deck was a lot faster. In this format with EX5 with the Garurumon engine, the deck kind of returns to that speed adjusted for this format.
Exactly.
you have the Gurumon engine, great, but but the thing about Beelstar is expert at being able to play floodgates. Playing the Gazimon is extremely important because, like, let's say Lugamon is probably going to be a popular deck that a lot of people are going to play. Gazimon shuts Lugamon out. Lugamon's outs is if they play Pummel, Pummel or something, Pummel Whack, maybe. But otherwise, a lot of times they're going to have to either hard play or blow up or use one of their stacks going into Hellugermon to try and reset that part of the board. But by then, they're giving up a lot of card economy. Though it's counted as setup, they're giving up attacks and a lot of card economy to get a floodgate off of the board so that they can do their memory combos for their OTK. However, you can easily bring back the Gazimon. Same thing with like Psychmon. You can't reduce play cost. That takes care of decks that want to use Death Xmon because that's still a thing. And other stuff. So the floodgates, I think the floodgates are really good. The Gurumon engine is fantastic. Access to Shine Greymon Rune Mode, great. And then obviously just the mix of blue and purple removal cards. I know some people play Howling Crusher, some don't. It is what it is with that. But Fly Bullet, Rivals Barrage, Happy Bullet, Cositis Breath. But the best thing is that now that we have access to more of a blue engine, I know Japan wasn't on this card, but whatever that memory boost was that we got with the Gabuma set that lets you strip 2 and freeze something.
Howling is stupid.
Howling memory boost is an option, and Beelstar can easily and effectively play Ice Wall, so that adds her ability to it just adds to her ability to make sure that you can control the board and stave off damage. Because a lot of times, he's like, it's not security control. She's just, I would say she's more like a mid to late value.
It's a mid-range deck. It's more of a mid-range.
It's a mid-range control deck, right?
Man, Spider-Man earlier today played fucking Magnamon Ace in it, and that threw me through such of a fucking loop, bro. Like, and Heaven's Judgment, because Heaven's Judgment is a 7 cost. It's just Beelstar has so access to so much. I told you it was spicy. Man. It was. I told you it was spicy.
Yeah, it's really good, and I think that the blue package. The blue package has always been great for Beelstar, but now with EX5, it's even better. So yeah, I would put her in highly competitive.
100%. So how y'all feeling about Yellow Vaccine?
Yellow Vaccine, I would put that in competitive.
Yeah, it kind of took a hit, man.
It's strong. The problem is it doesn't have a consistent way to win. Sarafi really isn't a good way to win because most of the time you're digivolving on top of like Magna Ace, and with Stack Charge +2 you're more likely to run into bombs and security or stronger Digimon if you don't give it the stack jamming. So I feel like until like Yellow Vaccine kind of has it like this clear I win on this turn kind of play, it really just needs like support. It's really good at control for like mid-range. It just has a tough time finishing out games for what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. Which is terrible because like finishing out games is something that like hybrids gave it, you know what I mean? Because Yellow struggled back then to kind of have like a boss monster, right? So that's why you had like, I'm gonna just spam out a bunch of tamers and then set up my board to gain a bunch of memory and then swing all your security away.
They got hit with an ad break.
That's funny. So I definitely say competitive. And I don't. It needs a super rare to help it out a little bit.
I think it's going. I definitely think it's going to get support, but like, remember, we don't want to make decks broken. We don't want to We don't want them to have support to where they're oppressive, and then things get restricted that may have a domino effect everywhere else. So I think the deck is competitive. It can definitely win, especially if you open up Patamon TK turn 1.
Jesus.
Okay.
Or Creedmon pick up Patamon TK.
I'm telling you, man.